Star Wars may finally have something I think they've needed for a very long time: real competition. Dune Part 2 was a great movie, and it's given me a lot of hope for Star Wars because people are saying Dune Part 2 is modern day Empire Strikes Back. After seeing the film, that might just be the case. It's been absolutely no secret that Star Wars has been failing left and right in the past couple years, especially since the sequels. Since Disney acquired Star Wars, they put out a lot of projects that have split the fan base, mainly the sequels, and that's not a very good thing for a franchise. The sequels were so divisive that basically every single project after the sequels has been an attempt to make the sequels make sense to the people who didn't like it. That is not a very good sign. Not only is it going to continue driving that wedge in the fan base, but it just proves to the people who didn't care for the sequels that they're just going to double down and they don't care what fans say. And since the sequels came out, Disney, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to only focus on shows so that they could promote Disney Plus and let the movies fall to the wayside, which is just not how you should experience Star Wars. That is a franchise that should be seen in theaters. On top of them just trying to promote Disney Plus and continuing to divide the fan base by trying to fix their sequels with every single project they've made so far, they have canceled some video games that people were really looking forward to. The main ones being the Mandalorian game, canceled. Also, there was a first-person shooter competitive game that they were working on for Star Wars, and they also canceled that one. So why on earth do they keep pushing out this garbage to the fans, the ones who actually care? I truly think what it boils down to, the most important thing, is that there is no competition for Star Wars in Disney. Disney can put out whatever they want, slap the name Star Wars on it, and we are going to pay for it because we want more Star Wars. Disney is being extremely predatory towards Star Wars fans because they know there's nowhere else that we can go get a very cool space, sci-fi, space opera and be satisfied. I mean, nothing really compares to Star Wars until now. Dune did exactly what I hoped it would do. One of the main points about Dune, much like Helldivers, Dune is a finished movie, like Helldivers 2 is a finished game. That's where you see a lot of popularity. And this film had phenomenal CGI. I hardly could tell there was any CGI. I think there was maybe one moment when they were falling down a sand dune. I was like, okay, maybe that's a little CGI. But other than that, I was fully immersed in this film. I mean, the cast, the acting was just, man, out of this world. It was crazy. It was so good. And then you have Hans Zimmer, of course. You know he's gonna kill it. One of the greatest composers to ever live. And really something else I absolutely loved, especially seeing the interviews and hearing them talk about behind the scenes stuff, they just proved what is possible by combining modern technology with practical effects. And apparently it took like 3 months from to film him riding a sandworm. Outside of Dune Part 2 being a just great movie, well put together and completely finished, it does something else. It provides life lessons, much like Star Wars. And again, much like Star Wars, it has some great space weapons. Really cool to see all these lasers and all this fighting happen and it actually be a completed movie. I mean, Star Wars has the Force, which is this mythical religion that there are a lot of skeptics. And then Dune also has something similar to that. It adds this mystical aspect to it and just really helps complete the story in a coherent way. Now, obviously the Force and the religion in Dune, not exactly the same, but you get the religious comparisons with people being skeptical. Dune Part 2 has finally given Star Wars everything they needed: competition in science fiction. This competition is going to not only bring out the best of Star Wars, but it's also going to bring out the best of Dune. So watch both of these sci-fi franchises just take off and it's going to be great. Because really, without competition, there's no growth. And that's pretty much exactly what happened to a lot of the Disney properties. You'll hear a lot of people say Disney is terrible lately, all their movies suck. It's because they've pretty much monopolized the entire entertainment industry. So really what we need to do as fans, if you've not seen Dune 2, go watch Dune 2 in theaters and show Disney what we really want with our wallets, because that's all they care about. If you've seen Dune Part 2, let me know in the comments what you thought about the film. If you love Star Wars as much as I do, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to give you as much Star Wars content as I can possibly pump out. Also, make sure you share the Star Wars content with all your friends and family. I appreciate you for watching, and may the Force be with you.